Hello. We're going to the 11th Alexander raid now. This is the third one for the third tier of the Alexander raid series. The Heart of the Creator. This one typically has a lot of deaths, if not wipes, at least one wipe or something. A lot of people will die here mostly because there's a lot of very specific mechanics to do, and generally people only run this raid once when they're running through the entire raid series, so it's not a common one that comes up at all. And then it kind of just gets chaotic at the end, so we'll kind of see that later. Okay, these ads are, you just take down the ads and then you go through this hatch. However, when they cast this thing called Throne Flames, there will be a circle AoE on the bottom. Okay, so here, most of us who got hit were taking at least like around half our health. So healers, be aware of that and heal up. Here we go down the conveyor belt. Note here that there's actually two different types of ads. There's actuator and actuator 0. The zeros were the ones that we just saw. And so the ones that are 0 are going to do the circle AoEs, and then the other one does a donut AoE. We'll see it in a moment. Okay, see, so 0 and is doing Throne Flames. We take a look, it will be a circle AoE around it. Okay, see, inside of its hitbox there's like flames and stuff, so you don't want to be inside here at all. Also, again, healers, make sure to heal up for this. However, this one, this actuator, okay, see the one with 0, it's like it's dead now. This one over here does a donut AoE. So for this you want to be inside the hitbox, or you want to be like super far away, probably like what this person's doing. Okay, let me go back one more. So remember the 0 one, you don't need to be close to it, don't be close to it, because you're going to get hit with the Throne Flames that does a circle AoE. And then this other one over here, the actuator, just straight up actuator, no 0 or anything. When that one does the Throne Flames, it does a donut. Okay. So right off the bat, if you get hit with like both of those, take a significant amount of damage. Other than that, these ads can just go down pretty easily. Okay, so they started the fight already, so I'm gonna, I was committed to watching this cutscene. It's pretty cool. Okay, so after you take care of the ads, then you'll run down this way and then go down the conveyor belt over there. If you stayed to watch the cutscene and then people already started the fight, like they did here, then you'll get this pop-up, move immediately to sealed area, and you can click yes. Down here on the stage, they started, first thing that happens is you can get these like AoEs around everybody, and you'd have to spread those out. Okay. I have footage over here, so let's see what's happening here. Okay, so the ad comes up. Alright, so over here, this is if you skip the cutscene. Okay. Here we go down the conveyor belt. And we see the boss. Its name is Cruise Chaser. I'll show the first few mechanics in this footage. So main tank will turn the boss facing forward, north. Usual stuff there. The rest of us will do some damage, and then the first attack, Optical Sight, there's different variations of this, and so you just gotta figure out which one you get first. Okay, so Slumbers for the other one. We got AoEs here. Looks like there's 5 people with AoEs around them. These are larger than the other like orange ones we usually see, so spread out. I was trying to make sure it was in the corner. Spread out from everybody. It does, you know, a little bit of damage, but you don't want to overlap them. Okay. Okay. At this point, an ad pops out, and off tank will want to grab that ad and face it away from other people, just in case it has any cleaves and things like that. Okay, so that's basically what you would be missing if you ended up watching the cutscene and people started. Okay, so we'll go back to this one where I am tanking. So when the ad comes out, off tank, you know, make sure to grab it. I'm trying to... I think it took me a moment to realize that that was the ad because it all kind of looked the same. But here I put my tank stance on and I'm grabbing it and I'm moving it over. The main boss is using this move, Spin Crusher. It's a telegraphed move, so if you're main tanking this, you have time to get out of the way. Also, anybody else who's in the way, not stand in the way. Okay, looks like a main tank did not move out of the way for that, and so I'm gonna take a look at how much damage they took. Yeah, they got clipped by it. So, what was that, like 5k damage or so? Okay. It looks like they got knocked back a little bit. Okay, and then in terms of the ads, nothing too special happens. Everyone just needs to DPS the ad down. Do damage to it. Okay, so this time the boss is doing Optical Sight again. Remember the first time it did it? Right after I got out of the cutscene. Around here. We saw the variation of, for this one. Everyone had circles, you know? Okay, so this next time we see Optical Sight, there's a really big circle in the middle of the room. And so you want to go along the edge. You need to go immediately. Like, I started running, but I got clipped by it. So you get a Vuln stack, and let's see. I took 3,600 damage. This person took like 5,000. So, yeah. Make sure to run out of that, okay? Here, there's an AoE, and we get something else in our enemy list, electromagnetic, I believe it's supposed to say coil. It's doing plummet, which means it's gonna come down from wherever. So don't stand there for one thing, okay? And then at this point, around the same time, just a little bit after, the boss turns to face the off tank. Can see, look, it's like facing this way, but eventually it's gonna come over and like look at me. Okay, and it does a move. See it just turn, a GA100, and it's like powering up. Off tank gets this flare marker. If you ever have this flare marker, you want to run away from people. If you ever see the flare marker and it's not on you, run away from that. It does a significant amount of damage, and so you actually want to mitigate for this. And everybody else needs to like not be nearby. Now this coil is like oval shaped thingy. It is self-detonating. Okay, so at this point we don't really do anything with it. It's there, it explodes, and then okay, we take some damage. That's fine. Well, let's see, how did I get a Vuln stack? Oh wait, no, I got hit by right. I got hit by the middle thingy. This thing. Okay, so that's why I have those. That's why some of us have it and other people are not. So yeah, when you see the yellow AoE, just get out of it. GA100. Off tank runs away from everybody. and it looks like they're hiding behind it, but I don't think it does that much of a difference. I couldn't actually figure that part out. Later, you will have to hide behind this thing, but at this first phase, it didn't really seem like it did that much of a difference. Like everybody took a bit of a hit of the self-detonation thing. Okay. Okay, at this point, the boss moves to the center, knocks everybody back, and does a little bit of a raid wide blast off. Okay, and then you can't target the boss anymore. So this is a transition phase. We have these 4 open ducts here. Okay, you need to click on this, click on it, and interact with it so that you jump up onto the boss. The boss changes into this like shape thing. And then we get this little cutscene, and it's going to destroy the stage. If you did not manage to get onto the back of the boss, then you'll fall off the stage because it destroys the thing. Okay. After that, a different stage is recreated, and then you need to do this active time maneuver, whatever thing. You just mash your buttons, and then you jump off the thing. And then you want to stand still and do not step in this. If you step in this, you'll die. Okay. After that, the boss does a few other things, but let's kind of review some of this because that was all of this will build up at some point. Okay, so let's just review a little bit more. Okay, so we took the ad down in this one. Spin crusher. Okay, tank. Move out of the way for that. I'll just quickly go through it on this footage. Optical sight. Okay, figure out which variation it is. It's the one in the center. Okay, so run off to the side. I decided to stand here just to see how much damage I'd take. Okay, 6k for that. And you get bone. Stack. Okay, see, a lot of people got hit with that. So you have to react pretty quickly once you see that. Okay, electromagnetic thingy. The thing's plummet. It's somewhere like behind me. GA100. It's gonna target the off tank. So figure out where the off tank is. Okay, they're right there. The flare. So I'm running away from them to not get hit with any of that. Okay, so off tank takes their damage, and then this magnetic coil on the side is gonna self-detonate this thing. It's gonna blow up. Okay, everybody takes a little bit of damage from that, just a raid wide. Okay, boss goes back to the center, can't target it, knocks us back, does a little bit of damage. The ducts open, you need to jump on it. The boss is also transforming into the ship form. Okay, we jump onto the ship, and see there's somebody who was left behind. They didn't click it fast enough, so they're gonna die. So down here they're running around, and then they fall off the stage because there's no more of a stage. Okay, this time the stage is coming up, but there's this huge thing that's going to get damaged soon. As soon as this thing pops up, you need to start clicking. I click even beforehand to make sure you jump off in time. Okay, don't move, but I move just to see what happens. You like die. Okay, like look at everybody's health here. 11k, 10. If you're a tank and you have full health, you can probably survive this, but I did not have enough health, and it just one-shot me. So I had 11k, and so stepping in this is dangerous. Okay. Now, if you did not do enough damage overall, then these lapis lazuli things, these balls will show up, and you need to DPS the balls down. It's considered a DPS check. At some point, the boss is going to do a really big raid wide, and if any of these are still up, then you will take more damage. Possibly even white. Okay, so now there's some overlap here. We have these magnetic bits that will target people, and you have to like find a safe spot to get out of. Okay, so it will target people and you have a moment to just get out of the way. of it, you know, find little slivers of spaces that you can hide in. And then the boss is doing optical sight, and so this variation is the ones where people have the circles, the green circles around them, so you gotta spread apart while avoiding these lines, okay? While also attacking these ads, okay? So this is if you didn't meet the DPS check prior. This ad situation here. Okay. Oh, also, if you didn't meet the thingy, the boss will do this move, Photon, okay? And that will choose some people to 4 people. It will reduce their health to 1, and healers will need to, you know, heal them up real quick. Because then we have this Eternal Darkness thing, and it will do a raid wipe. And if you had any of those adds up, then it would do more damage and possibly kill everybody. Okay. It also gives everybody a burn, so significant amount of healing needed here. Okay. And then right laser turns up. So let me go back to the other one. Let's go back here. Okay. So during this thing, okay, as soon as it goes down, it says ready. Make sure you're ejecting yourself and you're not a passenger anymore. Go down here. Okay, the thing explodes and then you can go to the boss. However, the boss will do this move called Limit Cut. Okay, see, we're not gonna see the Lapis Lazuli DPS check ball add things here because we did enough damage from the beginning. So we skip the mechanic, but we do get this one still. Okay, so Limit Cut, it gets a damage up, which is this one, and then an invincibility, which is this one. It's invincible for a little bit here, and then it immediately goes to Eternal Darkness, which is the raid wide. Okay, so we skipped a big portion. So it's like, okay, we were at 40%. Okay, so we get hit with a big raid wide, and then we all get burns and stuff. Okay, so over here, let's see. Okay, at this point when I was getting raised, this is when the Limit Cut thing was happening. It got a damage up and then the invincibility. Okay, so this is after we land back on the stage, but we end up seeing the orbs drop because we didn't do enough damage to the boss. At this point you can't damage the boss and it's like glowing red and stuff. See, like these small little zeros? It has the invincibility on there. So you have to just damage with the orbs. Actually, Ara is losing health? I'm not targeting the boss, which is why it's like I can't tell here. But I'm seeing like little zeros pop up every now and then. Because I'm pretty sure when the boss is in that phase, oh, there they go. Yeah, the boss was invincible that whole time during the ad phase. Okay, so you can't damage the boss at all. But after it does the photon thing, or it hits a certain part, it will lose the invincibility when it starts casting this Eternal Darkness thing. Okay, and we had enough healing here. Also some mitigation that we didn't take as much damage. But over here, you can see as soon as we saw the Limit Cut thingy, it immediately switched to this one because we skipped out of the phase, right? So, oh wait, that's what I was checking. Okay, 43%. How much was it before this thing? 46? 44%? Oh. 43%? Oh, it's 44%. Wait, they're the same. How come we skipped it in this one, not the other one? Maybe there's some like very small factor. I'm not sure, but we skipped it here, okay? Okay, so the raid ride happens. We don't have reprisal or like some other mitigation, so that's probably why we took more damage in this one. Right? It was 44. Is there not 44 here? 46. Oh, it's 45. No, it's 44. Right at the last moment, though. Oh no, I can't nitpick because it's going to take forever. It's already 20 minutes in. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so here, their right laser sword, like half of the boss, a little bit more than half the boss's side will be cleaved, depending on what it's called. So it can be the right side or left side, so make sure you just go to the other side. You can go to the other side or just back it up, you know what I'm saying? Right. Here. Like if I was like already here, I could just back it up a little bit more. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Spin Crusher, this is the main tank thingy, you know. Main tank has enough time to get out of the way as soon as they see this. Okay, limit cut again. So it's got the damage, another damage up, and then it's invincible for a moment. Okay, so that's where all these zeros are coming. We can't attack. Okay, here the boss is invincible, and we have this plasma shield in the front here. You cannot attack the plasma shield unless you're in front of it. Okay. Okay, see, like when I am trying to attack it, it says invulnerable. So I gotta I was off to the side, so I had to move in front. And then now I can attack it. There, see, now my attacks are going through. And I put those little markers so that people knew to attack this shield thing instead of the other stuff. You gotta be right in the front, okay? Immediately after this though, danger, okay? Main tank will get this marker, and then the boss does this move, Blasty Charge. Main tank needs to run away from everybody and cannot be in line with that, or else you will basically die. Okay, so the boss will charge towards the main tank. See, people are immediately dying. It does a lot of damage and gives you a very heavy bleed. And so it took half the tank's health and then gave him a bleed. And if we break it down, let me see if I can catch it. Okay, our health was already kind of low too. Okay, main tank has like 16k health on the regular, and it took like half her damage, and so it was like 8,000, let's say. And then we also still have these bleeds, these burns. Okay, everybody has it. And so if somebody else takes it, like we already had roughly 8,000 here, you take this hit, and okay, some of them are just one shot. They just one shot it off. Okay, they took the bleed, but then they just, yeah. I was able to capture it before. Let's see. Here. like momentarily. Or maybe it's in the other footage. Yeah, okay, so some of these people are just getting one shot. But maybe it's in this one. Okay, this is the shield. Okay. Taking the shield down. Okay, this thingy, blasty charge. Don't stand in line with that person. See, okay, they took a hit. Okay, here we go. This person immediately died there, and this person, the ninja, they took a significant amount of their health, so they have 300, but they got the bleed. Okay, and so after a moment, if we take a look here, after a moment that bleed is gonna tick and then they die. So that's kind of the sequence of what happens here. You get hit really hard and then you still have your burns and you get a bleed that the tank would have to be mitigating for, and healers will heal through. Okay, so yeah, you don't want to stand in that. Okay, so this is the beginning. Well, I guess the beginning would be if you didn't, you know, jump on this thing, and if you accidentally walk into the thing, like if you walk into this on accident after you jump down. But this is when things start really getting crazy. Okay, you get launched and people, it's just like immediately people start dying. And yeah, okay, so then now we've got this AoE here, and there's another one somewhere else because we got two of those electromagnetic coil, like sphere things, oblong things, plummet, you know, dropping down, so you don't want to stand in those spots. Okay. Whew. At this point, I'm realizing that there aren't that many people alive, and also one of the healers is like trying to raise people, and so I saw that the main tank had a bleed and their health was pretty low and they had a burn, and so I provoked the boss away. But then I also realized they popped their invuln, and so I was like, oh shoot, never mind, I'll give it back to them. It was a whole thing. Okay, so things can get kind of chaotic here. And then if you just saw, the boss threw out these magitech, these bits, the clasters, that's what they're called. Okay, so this is the thing where if you didn't have enough DPS in the earlier phase, and you saw this lapis lazuli situation, then you've already seen this these bits doing their assault cannon stuff on it, whatever. But if you skip this phase, then this might be the first time you see it. Here, these bits, again, similar to before, will target people, and then it will just go across the stage. Okay? Okay, so things are really overlapping here, and with half the party basically dead, it can get chaotic. The boss is now doing optical sight, and so we'll get some variation of AoE. Either people are targeted with the AoE, or it's the big AoE in the center, who knows. Oh, this person has a target marker on them. They are prey. Okay, so we avoid all these lines, okay? And then also you want to avoid the person with the prey. It's hard to explain when everyone is dying. This person had full health and they're over there running. The prey thing will hit multiple times, and you really gotta get healed up for that. Also, when you get hit with these line AoEs, it does a decent amount of damage, and so you gotta be careful. I got more footage, okay? This isn't it. We have to run this another time. Sure. Spoilers. I'll show it. I'll show it. Okay, this optic sight. Okay, this variation. There are AoEs that go around the stage. Stand in the middle. wait for the AoEs to go off, and then move to the safe spot. Because there's going to be one in the center at the very end. Okay, so then I move into the safe spot. While also being mindful of the lasers going out. Okay, so I got hit with one of them because I was trying to move in the safe spot. And that was like a no-go. Don't worry. There's so much more footage here. Look, there's so much more footage. I will explain it all if you're worried. I'm trying to calm myself down. This whole thing. I was actually recording this and then the whole thing like froze, or it like shut off yesterday, so I had to re-record it. So this is the second time I've recorded this. The whole thing. Okay, so see, I was waiting over here for this first one to go off, and then as soon as it went off, this thing showed up because they're rotating. So I move over here, but there are these line AoEs from the bits that I didn't take into account, and I was like, oh shoot, I'm in it, I gotta get out of the way. But I still got hit by it. Okay, so it's tricky business dodging all this stuff. It's just me and the other tank alive and like the black mage. So it's difficult. But again, I'll go through it. Okay, propeller wind. This one, you want to stand behind this spherical coil thing. If you don't stand behind the thing and you get hit with this propeller wind thing, then you get a confusion. You get a bit of damage, but you also get confusion. Okay, see, they also got confusion. It has the white bar, so you can Asuna this. However, the healers are dead, so you couldn't do that. And when you're confused, you end up attacking like other people, and you can't control your character. And then these bits happen, okay, and they're targeting us because we're basically the only ones alive. And the other person's like over there somewhere. And this is ultimately how we die. And then optical sight happens, where we have to separate from each other. It's you know. So this is why most people die here, because a lot of stuff happens all at once. Okay. All right. Let's take a look on this footage to see how it goes, and then we'll finish up the other one. See how we handle it here. Blessed charge. Yeah, let's go. So run away from the tank at this point. Okay. Okay, so we only had 2 dead here. That's fine. So here, these are the spherical whatever coil things. Okay, don't stand there. Okay, so they drop. Just be aware of where they are. The bits come out. The bits are out now. They did this like animation. And they popped out. They'll start targeting people. Okay. And you want to dodge out of it. I would say kind of the difficulty is people think that they need to hide behind these things immediately, and then that's how we get all these like lines back there. And if that happens, then when you actually need to hide behind here, it's a danger zone. So I kind of was hovering nearby, but I wasn't actually standing behind this thing. But it's also understandable if you don't know the names of all these things, don't understand it. It's just part of what happens. So, okay, optical sight. Oh, also, if you stand in this thing, you get electrocution. Okay, so for that optical sight, I think this is, yeah, this is just another variation of the optical sight. One person will get targeted as prey. This time it's me. So, you need to run away from everybody because, okay, you also need to dodge all these things, okay? You will get targeted and hit multiple times with this thing. So that's 3k, again another 3k, again another 3k, and then the prey thing's gone. Okay, so, and you can see how big this like AoE is. So it took a lot of my health, but fortunately I was basically full health at the beginning. But if I was getting hit with any of these other things, then I would probably die, which is what happened in the other footage. Okay, so healers need to pay attention to the person who's the prey marker, or they might die. Okay, at this point, okay, this optical sight, this one is the one in the center. We saw this one. So you want to move along the edge of the stage, but don't stand in this shimmery stuff on the outside of the stage. It does the electrocution. Also, we still got our burns, okay? You cannot Asuna this off. It's there. Also, magic bits are still out, okay? So you gotta be careful with those. Okay, at this point, yeah, the boss is doing propeller wind. So this is where you need to stand behind this thing, so you're not seeing it. Okay, so I get behind real quick. Okay, this person, GE, they might get hit, so they gotta go behind over here. Okay, GE ended up getting the confusion. Right, and then because they're confused, they couldn't get out of this whole mess. And then optical sight's about to happen too. So the bits are going off, and then the optical sight is happening. So this one, everyone has these AoEs, you gotta spread apart. Okay. Oh, Super Hawk Blaster again? Okay. That... Oh, yeah, okay. Oh. Self-detonate. One of these things exploded. Okay. And then the Super Hawk Blaster thingy is because of this AoE that was on me. Okay. And then we got these things. Obviously don't stand in them. Oh, variation. The left laser sword, okay. Don't stand in that. Everybody's trying their best, okay? The healers over there somewhere trying to raise people. Me and the tank are here trying to just take the boss down. Oh, we got an ad. Okay, the ad shows up over here. So off tank, if you're still alive, you want to take the ad. Okay, cruise chaser here, main boss, spin thingy. Main tank can get out of the way. Oh, I popped LB because I'm like, we just gotta go. We probably weren't gonna be able to get LB3 to do the healer raise, so that's why I ended up just using LB. Oh, main tank just ate it. They ate the tank buster thingy. Oh, they popped their invul, and that's why. They get knocked back a little bit, and so yeah. Okay. Yeah, just tight. Okay, now the ad is over here. The healers are both alive, but the ad is like all over there with them. And I'm just focusing on the main boss so that we can try to finish this whole thing. Yeah, healers over here with that, and me and main tank are here with the boss. Boss. Okay, healer dies, but we're at 1%, and so I just try to stay focused. And I'm slowly dying, but we make it. Okay, so it's kind of a lot. And as you saw here, it ended up with just being 2 people alive. Okay, so that's just what you can expect. Okay? Possibly. And then you can also, over here on this footage, you know, see all this stuff. All these mechanics, and then people slowly start dying. Okay? And then you wipe the middle of it. So, in this one, where I'm off tank, we skipped the ads phase because we had good enough DPS, I guess, but we still died to mechanics later, okay? So it's, you know, having a lot of damage isn't always indicative of being better or going like faster. You still need to know some mechanics so you don't die, because if you die, then that's what do people say? Like, dying is more of a DPS loss or something like that. I don't know. So this is why I make guides, so that we can learn the mechanics. Okay, so now I'll just we're gonna run through it again. The party stays together. Right, it's fine. This is from Duty Finder. I will just try to call it out, and you can see it in real time. Okay, tank turns. Okay, optical sight. Here we go. Alright, AoEs everywhere spread out. I try to find a little corner to stand in. Okay, okay. Ads coming up soon. Okay, ad is up, so off tank, make sure to pull it away from people. Make sure your tank stance is on. Okay, cool, go back. Okay, spin crusher, main tank can dodge that. Optical sight, figure out what variation it is. It's the middle one, so stand on the edge of the stage. In this first phase, like, you can't fall off and there's no like electrocution, so it's fine to just go all the way to the edge. Okay, AoE is going out, the thing's dropping soon. GA100. Off tank is getting the flare marker. Everyone run away from the off tank. Off tank also mitigate. Okay. Boss goes to the center. It does a blast off. The other thing exploded. Open duct. Make sure you're jumping onto the back of the boss so you don't fall off the stage. Okay, looks like we're all good. Small animation. Be ready to do the button mashing so you jump off of the boss. I think you die too if you are on the boss, and then you end up getting hit with this. I'm not super sure. But yeah, okay, after that, limit cut, boss is damage up and invincible. At that point, if you didn't do enough damage before, you get the ad phase. But here, we did enough, so we get this raid wide, eternal darkness. Okay, everybody's got bleeds, so careful with healing that up. Left laser sword, go on the other side. Okay. Spin crusher main tank can avoid this. Also, we got the electrocution on the sides, okay? Alright, limit cut. Invincible and another damage up. The boss moves to the center. Go to the front of the plasma shield. Front of the plasma shield, or else you can't do any damage. Also, the boss is invincible, so don't attack the boss. As soon as the shield is done, run away from the main tank. Main tank, run away from everybody else. Do not stand in line with it. You get hit. See, okay, this person gets hit, and they get a bleed. They're not dead yet, but when the bleed ticks, they die. Okay, so you gotta be careful not to be in line with that. 2 AoEs dropping now. That's the coils, so watch for those. Bits are out. Watch out for the line AoEs that dropped out. Okay. One person has the prey marker from the optic sight. Healers, make sure to heal that person up. And whoever has the prey marker needs to run away from people. They'll get hit 3 times. Watch out for the bits. Okay. And then... oh, nice. We did it. We knew how to do it that way. Nice. But yeah. It's only the propeller win. When you see propeller win, that's when you need to hide behind the thing. The other ones, you can be wherever and just avoid the telegraph, like the visible AoEs and stuff. But yeah, propeller win. That's the confusion one. Wow, that was long. Okay. I hope that was helpful, and expect to see a lot of people dying every now and then. If you run this one, it's just normal. Okay? Cool. Have fun. Goodbye.